Hello, good morning, and welcome to the show. This is the Beautiful Game live on TVC Entertainment. My name is Toyosi Afolayan. Well, if you're just joining us for the very first time, this is the show where we get to talk about everything happening concerning the round loader game. But today we're starting on a different level, grassroots sport development. This is something that we need to talk about in Nigeria. We see how football has helped alleviate poverty, how athletics has helped Tobi Amusan and the likes. So what is happening? How did they get to this stage? It has to do with grassroots sport development. And that is why I have with me in the studio this morning, Mr. Wale. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, we're going to be talking about sport development in grassroots this morning. How would you say that that has fared so far in Nigeria?
So far, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Wale Adegbite. I'm the founder and owner of QNN Sports Development Limited, right here in Nigeria. So the purpose of that organization that I started is basically to discover athletes. And the main reason why I went into that is actually when I was sitting back in the United States, because I'm actually based out of the United States.
Okay, good.
During the last Olympic, I noticed that the representation of Nigerian athletes in the Olympic was not good enough.
Definitely.
So what can we do about it? So I decided to embark on this journey to come into Nigeria and find a way to actually foster athletes, to develop them, groom them, and prepare them for the next Olympic or the next World Series competition that is going on out there. I feel like we don't need to wait 2 months prior to any major competition before we start looking for athletes that will represent Nigeria. So that is the major reason why I'm trying to set up and start this organization.
Well, you have come up with something very, very beautiful now.
Yeah.
We've seen grassroots sport development bring out the likes of Tobi Amusan. We see National Sport Festival. Yep. So your own organization now, how would you say they are trying to, bring the upcoming talents? I mean, teenagers and youngsters. How would you say you have something in pipeline for them?
Yeah, so what I've done so far is actually put a team together. So far, my team is comprised of a media manager, a coach, and a project manager. So what the project manager is going to be doing is, his name is actually Olawale Johnson. He's well-known. He has discovered so many talents in this country, but one day we'll get to bring him on the show and let him speak for himself. So what we're going to be doing is actually go around the country and get athletes. And one thing that we're doing now as a progress of what I've been trying to do is actually planning to host a sporting event. Okay. What that would do for us once we go around the country to gather, special athletes, we want them to come and do a competition. Majorly is going to be on athletics, swimming, and tennis. That is how we want to start. We want to pilot something and see the outcome of it and see if we can get support from the government. So that is what we are doing right now. Like I said, we already have a team. Yeah. And we just got to go around the country, scout athletes, and then do a sporting event.
So we see tournaments like the MTN Championship for the youngsters in terms of athletics. Yep. So yours now, you're trying to say that we can have that in swimming, we can have in track and field, and all of that thing.
Exactly.
So when I was seeing this vision coming to life?
Very soon, very soon. I'm actually, going around. I was in Abuja yesterday. Trying to hold meetings and try to pitch this idea to the government, because we can't do this without the support of the government.
Definitely.
It's okay for me to say I want to go ahead and fund everything, but that is not the ideal way. Because we all know in Nigeria, if the government does not back whatever you're doing,
then it's going to fail.
It's fruitless, yeah. So that is going to be the next step. If we can get the backing and endorsement of somebody powerful in the government, we are ready to kick off this month, as long as we get somebody that is willing to back us.
Well, the next National Sport Festival, National Youth Games, are going to be coming in a few years to come.
Yes. Yes.
So is it like you're expecting your academy, because I'm going to call it an academy where you want to launch your talent. Do you expect your sports academy to bring up athletes to represent their states? National Sport Festival, we have every state coming to represent. Yeah. And then from there, they could pick up 1 or 2 to represent Nigeria at the Olympics, All African Games, and so many on like that.
Yeah, so my main vision is actually to be able to have athletes that will consistently, we want to pick them up at a very young age, but that will consistently commit their their talent to this nation, to this big nation, to this wonderful nation. Unfortunately, we have so many talents in this country that for some reason we fail to discover them. So if my organization is able to discover them, the goal is to actually guide them all the way through. Whatever it is that they need to succeed, we will provide for them. And they have to consistently represent Nigeria at every global scale. Even locally, in Nigeria, doesn't matter, anywhere. They have to continue to be the one to go forth and represent Nigeria. So that is my goal.
Well, are we expecting trials to happen, or you're going to be going around to scout talent for yourself?
Well, that is why I got a team. Unfortunately, since I'm not going to be on ground that much, I've been coming back and forth. My team will be able to go around and scout those athletes, and they have the skill and the expertise to know athletes that are good enough to perform at the global stage. So we're going to discover them, get them, and then we're going to get them at the sporting events.
Well, before I let you go, I need to ask, do you have like age grade for what you want? Like, I mean, probably from 10 to 15,
Yeah, so right now I'm saying we need young athletes from the age of 10 upward, but the cutoff is 18.
18, okay, good.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to be developed right in Nigeria.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
There's opportunity for somebody who, of course, knows how to, to run, go to the NCCA in the United States or something, yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, if we can discover somebody that we know that is a unique talent and one of a kind athletes, absolutely we want to get them to outside of the country for better training, for better physical tests and all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming, man. Really
thank you. It's my pleasure being on the show.
Well, we look forward to your organization's initiative, because we need grassroots sport development in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
It's not just left to the government alone. We need private investors to come into this industry. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
We're going to go on a very, very short break now, and when we're back, we'll be discussing everything called football. Stay tuned.
Chelsea play host to league leaders Liverpool at Stamford Bridge in a crucial Premier League clash this weekend. The Blues sit in 8 with 8 points, aim to bounce back after mixed recent form, including Champions League win over Benfica and a league defeat to Brighton. Liverpool, who are top with 15 points, look to recover from recent losses to Galatasaray and Crystal Palace. The recent meetings have been evenly split, with Chelsea winning 3-1 in their last encounter at Stamford Bridge. Both sides have enjoyed contrasting forms, with Liverpool winning 5 games and losing 1, while Chelsea have won 2, drawn 2 and lost 2. Both managers speak ahead of the encounter. In the other weekend games, Leeds United will play host to Tottenham Hotspur. West Ham United will play Arsenal away. Struggling Manchester United are at home to Sunderland. Burnley will be away to Aston Villa. Everton and Crystal Palace will face each other. Newcastle United will welcome Nottingham Forest, while Manchester City will play Brentford. In the La Liga, Real Oviedo will play Levante. Valencia will travel to play Girona. Real Madrid will look to bounce back from their last humiliating league defeat when they take on Villarreal. There will be more games as Deportivo and Elche do battles. Barcelona will be away to Sevilla, while Celta Vigo will play host to Atletico Madrid. In the Italian Serie A, Lazio will play Torino, Parma will welcome Lecce, Cremonese will travel to play Inter Milan, Atalanta are at home to Como, Fiorentina will face Roma, Napoli will play host to Genoa, while AC Milan will face Juventus.
If you're just joining us, this is the beautiful game. I would say welcome back to the show. My name is Toyosi Alfalion. In the studio with me this morning, I've got beautiful people. Yes, I'll say beautiful people once again. Toyosi Adebanjo and Sam Adeyemi. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Toyosi.
Yeah, thank you.
Good morning, Toyosi girl. Good morning, Toyosi boy.
Well, it's good to have you back again, Mr. Sam.
Good morning, guys. It's so good to be here.
And congrats.
You don't.
Yes, I have to say it.
You don't. My market is still. You want to? Oh. My market. Yeah.
I'm going to report you to your wife.
It don't cost for everything.
Well, let's get straight into the action. Super Eagles coach Eric Chellers released his 23-man list to face Lesotho and Benin Republic this October. Yes, we remember that Nigeria will be playing their final 2 fixtures for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Well, Nigeria in a precarious situation now. They are not going to be qualifying as it stands. But the likes of Victor Osimhen, William Trist Ekong, Bruno Yemechi have been invited to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, we see is that Victor Osimhen had injury issues some weeks ago, and even against Liverpool, he scored. According to reports, he said that he's not 100% fit. So he's still headlining this list. I was actually looking at that he might not be making this list, but we need him in these final 2 games, despite the fact that we know that qualification is still, it's still bleak as it stands. But what would you say to that list? Ola, I know is not going to be present because of the injury he picked up against South Africa. And Shemi Ajayi is back. He's playing for All City in the championship. What would you say to the list here?
The list is decent. The list is not the problem. The problem is the responsibility that the players have to carry out, that they know what's at stake. Okay. Which is to qualify for the World Cup come 2026. But in fact, if we even bring home-based Eagles, it wouldn't matter.
Oh, really?
If we bring in the likes of Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, it wouldn't matter. Yeah. It's just a case of knowing the assignments, carrying it out, and doing it to the letter. Now, let's not deny the fact that all odds are against us.
Definitely.
As it stands, just like you rightly said, we would not be qualifying for the 2026 World Cup. And the problem is, how do they win these 2 games? Relatively, they look easy on paper.
Definitely.
Who else? Benin Republic
and Lesotho
at home should give us the home advantage. But we've always known that home advantage when it comes to Nigeria really doesn't count.
We won just 1 game at home.
So what are we saying? And then Lesotho all over again. How many games have we won against Lesotho in recent times?
We've won, actually. We haven't lost.
We've not lost, but we've not beaten them convincingly.
Yeah.
So you see, we've made a mess of a relatively easy group. Like when this qualifier group was out, the draw was out, I think Nigerians had to be the happiest. Yes, that we're in group. Where the only problem was South Africa and maybe Gennett Raw because of Benin because of Gennett Raw. Yeah. But we made a mess of it. We made it complicated. Where we, in fact, in the World Cup qualifier, I think Nigeria will have to break the record of having 3 different managers.
Really?
And yes.
Yeah. Finidi, George Pesero and Eric Shaw.
So what are we saying?
In 10 games,
and not just
3 managers.
Eguavoen in between.
Eguavoen in between.
Eguavoen did not take us to
not
qualify.
Just even Eguavoen in between. Eguavoen, Ogumo Dede, was his name?
No.
Daniel.
Actually.
In fact, there was one time we had 3 managers in one.
That was for Chan. That was for Chan.
Before Chan,
for this World Cup qualifiers.
We called the Remo Stars coach.
Yeah, then. That's for AFCON qualifiers now.
Oh, so you see, AFCON qualifiers. See, the only thing is, look, whether South Africa was deducted 3 points, because I know we're going to go there. That's been the highlight of our, we've been clamoring for that. And I don't know why, it irks me why we do that, because it's none of our business. Yes, maybe justice has been served, but how does it serve us? Would you win?
It serves us one way, at least it gives us hope to the final day.
Yeah, like you said, it gives them hope. But like, I don't want to say this. Look, it's what I've said over time again and again, is the fact that Nigerians need to not raise their hope. Yes, mathematically, you still can't qualify. You have 2 games to go. No team has qualified. There's 3 points between you and the first and second. Yes. But then what it has shown us so far that in 8 games, we haven't shown that we are ready to be among the teams that should qualify. If we are, we would be like the Morocco or the Tunisia. 21 points, 22 points. Those guys are already on their way. So like settled already. But for us, out of 24 points, all we're able to gather is 11 points. And we are hoping all of these other things goes against other sides when we didn't do our homework. Good lineup, especially, maybe the only problem is just the middle. Because we have only 4 players. And that's sometimes I still don't understand. Yes, in Europe, we seem not to be able to find any midfielders again. But in 20 teams in the Nigerian league, is there no other midfielders that we can find as well? And that's the thing.
How many of them have covered themselves up in glory?
You said?
How many of them have covered themselves up in glory since?
No, that's what I'm saying. That are we that starved of midfielders, even in the local league, that we can't find any outstanding or 1 or 2 outstanding to join this team? We pack how many 8 or 9 forwards? Maybe only 3 or 4 of them we have any minutes in all these games. So why do we always just these guys are good, we need a lot of them, but then what has it shown for us? We can't score goals. So that's why our 8 or 9 forwards that we keep packing every time, we can't score goals.
Well, I used to say that the midfield is the life of any team, because if you cannot transition from defense into attack, then it's nothing. But let's talk about Nigeria's game against Lesotho. It's going to be on Friday. What are your predictions for the game?
We're supposed to win. Nigeria is away.
We're going to South Africa.
We are going to...
Yes, we're going to play South Africa.
Yes.
Because they do not have a good stadium.
On paper, the class between both sides is huge.
Of course.
But when the game starts, it looks like Lesotho are even better than Nigeria.
No.
What are we saying? Let's leave sentiment aside.
No, it's not sentimental.
We've never been convincing when playing these games.
I know. But against Lesotho, we should.
It's not a case of we should.
We should.
Will it happen? Let's leave we should. See, at this point, we're past we should, each could have, would have. We're past that. Let's be honest ourselves and be real. Because from every indication, we've not covered ourselves in glory. We've not.
Well, are we going to get a win? Yes, I think so. Yes, it's in South Africa. We're playing Lesotho. The population of how many people? Yes, we should be able to get.
If we play 1-1, then it's over.
I think it's even the Super Eagles that made me knew about a country called Lesotho about a decade ago when they actually did play the game in Maseru, which is the capital city of Lesotho. That's how I got to know, oh, there's actually a country within a country. I think one of two countries in the whole world, Lesotho and then maybe Vatican City. Yeah. No, I think Malta. Malta is also inside Italy. So the thing is, this is it. It's a side that probably they have part-time footballers, but can Super Eagles do the needful? Yes, they should.
Yeah, they should
but
be able to.
We don't. It's not even about our wins. We need other teams to lose. We need Rwanda to beat Benin. Yeah. We need South Africa to lose against Zimbabwe, who has yet to win any game so far. Zimbabwe has not won any game in that group, and we are looking for miracle. How ways Zimbabwe should beat South Africa, even though Zimbabwe is also playing their game right there in South Africa as well.
And something extra. It's not just by beating Lesotho. We need to beat Lesotho well. Let's live well, because we've scored measly 9 goals and conceded 7. That's not. I don't know. It's not mapping.
Well, let's see how Eric Chell was supposed to line up. In goal, undisputed. Stanley Mabali should be in goal. Right back, there's no line, no. So it basically means that Bright Osai Samuel will fill in it. Left back, Bruno Onyemechi. I don't know. On a normal day, you see Calvin Bassey would have shifted there, maybe I
think he does better as a centre back, left centre back.
Possibly. If you play 3 at the back system, it could have been better. But in a 4-3-3 formation that we have on our screens right now, Bruno Yemechi is left back, or Bright Osai Samuel, right back, centre back, Benjamin.
And Frederick.
No, so not Benjamin, sorry. What's his man's name?
Yeah,
Calvin Bassey and Captain William Trustekong. I think Benjamin Frederick might.
I feel like Ekong should take a back seat.
In this game?
We're done with all these things. And I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm not faulting him. Anybody can score an own goal or cause an own goal.
Definitely.
Not for that. I just feel he should take a back seat. Let the more energetic, pacier, hungrier players have a shot.
In quotes, Ekong is not hungry.
But we're playing Lesotho.
Don't misquote me. I'm not saying he's not
South Africa,
hungry.
Benjamin started. Even the game against...
No, it wasn't against South Africa.
He started before South Africa started.
He started before South Africa. When the South Africa game was... No, it was taken off.
The South Africa game, that's when he played the 3 and then played
he started.
Calvin Bassey
played left back. Then it was
Benjamin Frederick and
Ekong. So you see, when we saw Calvin Bassey and Frederick, it was compact. So what are we saying? So let's have Calvin Bassey, who has more experience than Frederick, who will cover for that inexperience for Frederick. Why Frederick would do the old energetic, pacey, and
he knows how to use the ball.
He does know how to use the ball. So let the young man play. It's Lesotho, by the way. So what are we saying? I don't think that would be too bad.
We have 4 midfielders on paper.
Yeah.
But in this kind of setup, we're going to have to use Alex Iwobi as the number 10, which I don't think he should be playing in the number 10 role, in my opinion.
Who else
I think he should be playing in like an 8.
He's more of a number 10. Is he not? He started as a number 10, as a forward.
So Alex Iwobi is... Arsenal was playing as a false 9, playing as a left winger. I'm talking academy days.
Yeah.
So when he
and then in number 10.
Yes.
It was when Pesero brought him in as a deep line centre back. Midfielder. That the problem started. That we became less creative.
Yes.
We used to be more creative than this. In as much as our creativity was not off the roof, but then there was some level of creativity. But now that you brought him deep, come on.
And it will be a good one, especially since we are the middle is tiny. We have only 4 players invited and 4 midfielders invited. Alassane Yusuf, Franco Yeka, Ndidi, and Iwobi. So if we can try it, maybe play double 6.
Put
Ndidi and Oyeka.
And then that's the formation.
So Ndidi and Oyeka, then you've got Alex right in front of them. I enjoy Alex, and as much as we crave for a lot of creativity in that middle, he's still probably the best one that we have right now.
Yeah,
and if he's well shielded, that he doesn't have to have a defensive responsibility.
Yes,
I think we'll see.
He knows how to roam around.
And he's been consistent. And for all bashing that Nigerians sometimes put on Alex, since he had made his debut, he has always put his best.
Over 80 caps.
Yeah, over 80 caps already for a young man like him. He's probably the only guy right now who has won the Nations Cup. I think he's the only one.
No, he hasn't won the Nations Cup.
He hasn't won. He didn't play
the 2013. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was probably the only person that has shown consistencies so far. And
he has.
Yes, we need to protect him so that this forward line that we have that do well when they play for their clubs. Your Siemens, the Siridesas, the Lukman. Thankfully, Lukman is back is playing for Atalanta now. Moses Simon, who has been one of the best players for Paris FC so far, and so we need to be able to use them. And with it's Lesotho, yes, but then this can be a way we tend to have our teams schedule. If we have them strong now, they play Lesotho, they play the last game against the Benin Republic. And we have a more attacking or more composed side, then go into the Nations Cup in December. Because like I've said many times, I don't think we are going for the World Cup. Go into the Nations Cup in December, then we know we have a strong team that can actually go ahead and win something.
And to add to what he said, keep this formation simple. The idea of bringing Lukman into that midfield, we saw that
play
in the
behind.
It wasn't working. It wasn't working. We're seeing every attacking player.
Everything was going to that left-hand side.
That left-hand side. Everybody was like, like ants being drawn to sugar at one side. Look, keep it simple. Just like we've mentioned from the formation we've seen on the screen.
Let it be fluid.
Go back to the traditional formation. Let everybody play their roles where they are strong and they can take advantage. And let's hope for the best.
And if I can just add this, if you do really want to do it, maybe we should play the Nigeria of old. The 4-4-2. We've got big players.
Yeah.
Tolu is a big guy.
Yeah. Osimhen.
So if you want to play two big strikers.
I think there's a flaw there. If you play Osimhen and Tolu together, I don't know, it might not work. Tolu will chase the ball down for you, of course. I saw what he did against Rwanda and everything. But I still want to believe we need a pacey forward besides Osimhen. Osimhen is pacey, but you know, somebody has that footwork, can trap the ball and do all of those things.
That's the thing.
That is what you can put in Lukman.
We've not tried it before.
But you got a Siridesas.
Lukman.
If you want to play a big man and a small man, you got a Siridesas to play with any of them.
Or it can be Lukman and Osimhen.
Yeah,
then you bring Simon
did that with Retegi at Atalanta. With Eskamaka. So it's not something he can also work.
But we play 2 friendlies in November. And remember, same November is FIFA Intercontinental Playoffs. When Africa, the 10 in Africa, they're going to be playing against themselves. Is it 10? No, the top 4.
9.
The top 4 of the 10.
The 4 out of the 9. We have 9 groups. The top 4 out of the 9.
They are going to play against themselves to determine who will represent
Africa. Before they play the ones in international countries,
And then it is in November that we're playing those, the African Cup, that kind of thing. Then we're also playing friendlies in November. So is it like a thing that we have given up on World Cup qualification? Because we have 2 friendlies, Venezuela and Colombia.
So if the friendlies can always be cancelled.
No, I wanted to say that if we get there, I don't know why we're being over futuristic.
It's not even got friendly games.
No, finish the one in front of you.
We have even announced it already.
Because even in between Venezuela and Colombia, I think Colombia is probably qualified. They might not be going through playoff. But Venezuela still probably also still has a chance to get into the playoffs. I'm talking about the CONCACAF as well.
Yes.
Because the playoff is supposed to be the best teams in all the continents. And so for us, whether we've set up a friendly with those 2 sides or not, but this is not being pessimistic. I'm just being realistic. That in the fact that Nigeria is not going to be in the top 2. So can we just get on with that? So let them focus on that.
I even feel we're getting ahead of ourselves.
But if we get 17 points, if we get 17 points, we might be going to the playoffs.
If we go to the playoffs, every friendly will be cancelled because they are not as important as playoffs.
As it is right now, Gabon leads that second spot, and with how many points? 19 points.
Who is leading
Gabon has 19.
No. It is only the first position that is that has 19 points. Second position has 18.
The second best place.
Second best place team.
Yes, I know.
Gabon tops that group with 19 points.
We have 3 more slots. They are still.
And those 3 slots
has
relax. Those 3 points, those remaining 3 spots, they have 75. There are 2 teams on 17-17.
I think
yes, they're 17.
So what is the guarantee?
Tanzania,
so they will. Don't forget that it's not only Nigeria that's playing 2 more qualifiers.
Yeah, they have 2 more qualifiers.
They are all also playing 2 more qualifiers.
Anything can happen. It is football. Mathematics
so you feel football
happen.
will just stop and it will just favor Nigeria.
Well,
Let's be realistic.
I want to be hopeful.
This Delulu is too much for us, honestly.
Well, during the week, we saw what FIFA did with South Africa. They were docked 3 points and 3 goals because of this. Their this thing that they had.
The Tobi
Mokoena's situation.
And suspended player.
They are level on point with Benin Republic.
Yeah.
14 points, but Benin Republic have more goal difference. So this weekend, they are going to be playing against Zimbabwe. There was a report at first that they're going to be playing in their own home. That is Zimbabwe's home. But a week later, we got something else. That Zimbabwe will play in South Africa. It melted my heart as why. Because home advantage is what South Africa will need. Imagine an away team putting up a tweet and saying South Africans should come out en masse to support their team. Like, how are you taking charge?
And you're playing into my country now.
I know.
Okay, so
see, CAF and FIFA have to deal with this kind of things. Why not? At a point, some countries were playing their games in Morocco.
Yeah.
So why not carry the game to another place?
Also, that's we don't want to always do this. When it comes to Nigeria, that's when we start bringing all of this. It's not the first time. Nigeria plays Benin in Cote d'Ivoire. We didn't complain about that. Benin went to Cote d'Ivoire to go and play them.
That's not the problem.
Benin played their home game in Cote d'Ivoire against Nigeria. What was the result? So all of this
my problem is not the fact that let's say we are Cote d'Ivoire now.
But this is it.
That's
Benin and Cote d'Ivoire speak the same language. They are both French-speaking country. So why didn't it look like it? It's to be an advantage. Now you're saying the Zimbabwe but the largest population of Africans outside that reside in South Africa are Zimbabweans. Many of them, and that's why when you see that you're saying Zimbabwe ask people to come, the large population of Zimbabweans that reside in South Africa.
The comfortability of South Africa is what I'm looking at.
The comfortability of South Africa.
They are not traveling. See, they are not traveling. To be honest with you, they are not traveling. If they had played this game the first time, it is stressing us because see, South Africa played Lesotho in Lesotho. They are playing Zimbabwe in South Africa. Why? What is the concept of the game?
It's not their fault that Zimbabwe and Lesotho don't
have the stadium.
We are in the same room. Take the game away from South Africa.
But these countries did not complain.
No. Who is going to pay for that? Who is going to pay for that? Because you do know that Zimbabwe is paying for that stadium that you're using.
Do you think Benin Republic would have brought the game? We are close to Benin Republic. Do you think Benin Republic would have brought that game to Nigeria if we were playing them?
No, we're not friendlies.
It's not.
We're not friendlies.
It is just a thing about COSAFA. It is what it is.
This is a conspiracy theory. I really don't.
From mentioning
it's conspiracy theory.
Politics already.
We didn't do our job well, so don't let us start bringing this
elsewhere.
What is it? We've got the large population of South Africa. I mean, a large population of Nigerians in South Africa. That match was playing below 14. What did we do with it?
Nothing.
No.
So when we played in Cote d'Ivoire, I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure if it was Abidjan, but I know that Nigeria has a large contingent of Nigerians staying in Abidjan. Yeah. Did we make use of that when we played Benin Republic?
Well, you know where the force is from. Definitely, you know where the force.
So all of this, I don't buy into it. But South Africa has done their job well so far, and like I said this, I'm not sorry to say this. Yes, and this has nothing to do with being patriotic or not. What we have seen so far in the last 8 games in this qualifier, South Africa has done well enough and deserve if they get the spot to play to go to the World Cup.
If we don't get the ticket to go to the World Cup, I am going for Benin Republic. Yes. I don't want any Amapiano at the World Cup.
I understand that what we do have with South Africa, but the bands we do have with South Africa online and all of that. But then this is football. And like I always tell everybody, football, I love football before anything comes into it. It's not any team that plays football, I love it. So when we talk about patriotism, it's not like, I'm throwing it away. I'm patriotic to Nigeria.
I love
but football.
But if you deserve it,
you deserve it. Let it be.
Benin Republic deserve it too. But let's talk about South Africa's lineup. Ronwe Williams, the goalkeeper, is currently with the national team. He's their captain. He's been fantastic. So let's look at the lineup for the game against Zimbabwe. Yeah. It's more like an home game for them. So Lai Foster should be leading that line up front. And Mokoena, who's got the issue with FIFA, is free to play. So how would you think they should line up in this kind of 4-3-3 formation?
So we're just looking at the lineup. It's a simple one as well. But then we're looking from the squad list that was released. We're having that 8 new players. Ugo Bruce decided to bring 8 new players outside the order. Like 8 were excluded from the last game. We have got 8 new players. Only one particular guy, I'm trying to remember his name, who did well during this CHAN, who has been rewarded with a spot in this squad, which is very good. But they're having some players coming back. I think CBC is also coming back, who is also one of their captains. He didn't play in the last qualifier, but he's back right now. They're not going to be having some of their main guys. But with Undalu, and I mean, is it what's Matt? I can't remember I'm sorry, South Africans. The names are sometimes for those who bear the English names. It's easy for us. The like Fosters, the Temple McKenna, the Reyners. It's easy for us. But South Africa playing Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, like I said before, I've not won any game. So that goes back to that conspiracy theory of whether they played in Harare or they play in this game now they're playing in Durban. Whether they play in Harare or they play in Durban, it's still the same thing. Zimbabwe has not been doing well, so they haven't won any game in the qualifier.
That one won't drain. You'll see hot.
The only tough test that will be for South Africa will probably be Rwanda. That would be the banana peel. Other than that, I feel both games are winnable for South Africa. They know what's at stake. They've been docked 3 points, coming from a side where they were relatively safe.
But they are home.
And now, it doesn't still matter. Upsets happen.
May upset happen.
Yeah, may upset happen. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think Bruce mentioned something about his squad, talking about how many clubs have players in the national team. At a point, we still have about 11 or 9 players from Sundowns. Yeah. But this time around, it has reduced.
I think there's
7. From Stellenbosch, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs. He mentioned it in his press conference, like, now we have good players from other teams, not just from Sundowns alone. Yeah. So do you think it is time to, look beyond the Sundowns boys? And a lot of them are now entering into their 30s already. So is there a thing whereby I would say Sundowns also need to, bring younger boys? Yeah,
but to be fair, Sundowns have been having young guys. Some of these guys we're talking about now, even Sundowns, they have 7 players in this squad. Like you said, they've gone to other. Polo Queen City even have a player in there. I think TS Galaxy probably also has a player. It's only Kaizer Chiefs, and that was surprising. None of the players made this squad. But the thing is, fact that South Africa has been able to have the bulk of this team being about home base. Yeah. Players playing in the league. Now that's something everyone needs to look at. It used to be the North Africans. But then South Africa being there, have been able to, and we see it with the performances of these players. We see the Orlando Pirates, we see Mamelodi Sundowns when they go to the continental games, we've seen their performances. But we can't even find a midfielder. A good midfielder to make the Super Eagles squad.
One thing I would not always buy is the thing of MPFL saying that it must be in there. Okay,
I'm not saying it must.
I understand that.
It's quality.
I understand that normally we should always have at least one. If we're saying quota system should be out, but it should be based on merit. Yeah. Papa Daniels was making Super Eagles team when he was playing in the MPFL.
Niger Tornadoes guy.
But when he left MPFL, he's not making the team anymore. Yeah. He's playing in Norway. So, we know how our system is. Yeah. Anybody that wants to make the team from home base, you know what happens.
No, I'm saying
is it merit?
So let's look at the point I'm making is not like, hey, whether it should be quota system. When we are having issues with goalkeeping, we were looking at players we can. So in this time that we're having issues with the midfield, can't we just center our eyes on midfielders alone and see? Let's look for good midfielders scouting in this league. 20 teams
during the CHAN. What happened?
No, I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Is it that we lost total quality of players in this league? Red Monsters cannot give us one midfielder. I don't understand.
United.
Well, cannot give us one midfielder.
We have to go on a very short commercial break. We'll be back. Well, according to the Super Eagles, maybe one day they become the Super Eagles of Nigeria, definitely. But the Flying Eagles of Nigeria were winning 3-2 against Saudi Arabia. It was chaotic. We went 1 goal up, they equalized. Second goal, they equalized, and we got a late penalty. But that was our first 3 points in the FIFA Under-20 World Cup that is happening in Chile. Ebenezer Accord was found wanting. one of the best boys in the team, but was found wanting in the game.
Probably, I think he's the youngest, I think.
Yes, the youngest. Remo Stars defender, what's his name? Akinyele.
Also was
I think he was also young. He was yanked off very early.
Yes.
I saw the rating 6.5.
It was very bad.
Yeah,
I never
really
expected us to concede 2 goals against Saudi Arabia.
So that's the thing, and especially when the match started very late. It was midnight, and I was seeing the first half, but then I had to so I didn't see the full game, and even their next game against Colombia is also by midnight. So the problem they keep having is that defense. There has to be coordination. Against Norway. We wasted chances. In fact, we had 20 shots. We had 20 shots against Norway, and there's only just 2 on target.
I was so surprised.
And it was an early goal that was considered. So what are we doing with all of this? These guys, individually, they are beautiful talent, but then they've not been playing together well as a team. The cohesion, Parobo Arire up front, he uses both feet, and I really want to see more of him because he's one of those players that I think...
I don't want to call it jittery or should I say under pressure to score.
Yes.
Chances. But it was good, to be honest.
But kudos to the coach, Ali. Is it Ali? He's been doing well from the Nations Cup now to the World Cup. But these boys need to qualify from this group. Because the farther they go in this group, the more opportunity that opens up for these boys. We do know this is the biggest. A lot of scouts are out there looking at them. Yes, some of them already have European teams on their trail. Some even already signed for some European clubs. But then they need to cohesively show that Nigeria can still do better. Because I saw a conspiracy theory that I don't want to believe that since MRI has been introduced, our performances in these underage competitions have been nosediving. So I really don't want to buy into it. But then we've got talent. We just need to play together well.
With the right selections, to be honest. If you would not politicize it or you don't want to market the list, those are the things we're doing together. And fun fact before we go, Ebenezer Accords can still make the next 2 on that 20 World Cup. It's 16 right now.
16 or 15?
It's not 16.
It's 16.
16, okay.
It'll be 16 this year. So let's say 16 this year. In 2 years, 18. In next 4 years, 20. So I can make. Same way we're seeing Bamia playing 2 under 20 World Cup.
All we just need to do is remove the old fear factor. The fact that
go against Colombia.
Less respect to the opponents.
Yeah.
Normal respect is there that, we respect you, we'll play well, right? But less respect where you are giving them too much respect. The fear factor has to be there.
Yeah.
Take your chances, finish them, and show that you belong here. All those jittery passes, those overthinking should be let out. You're playing with your mates, your age grade. Just put it out there, be confident in your talent, and let them work together. Teamwork make the dream work.
Yes. Well, still on the national scene, let us talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League, where Bendel Insurance this weekend will be taking on Nasarawa United. Bara FC, they play host to Warri Wolves, while Bayelsa United are going to be taking on Ikorodu City. El Kaname Warriors are hosting Kano Pillars, while Katsina United travel to Kano to face... They travel to Enugu, to face Enugu Rangers, and Eyimba, they are hosting Rivers United. That is the big clash of the weekend. Finidi George, last season, was with Rivers United. His assistant, Yemi, was with Eyimba.
And
now, both of them are on the team.
Yeah.
They now have for Rivers United. But now, Eyimba, they've been doing well this season. They are yet to lose, but they are second on the log. Yeah. And then during the week, we saw Remo Stars. They lost to Abia Warriors 2-0. Kwara United, they survived the scare. And we saw the news about their coach saying they placed him on half salary because of the performance against Ashanti Kotoko.
Well,
it's
very bad. It is what it is. I just feel like for Remo Stars, I kind of feel for them. I think they are 9th or 8th on the table.
They still have
a game in hand because of the games they've been playing for Continental Park, and also that they will still face Mamelodi Sundown, which is where I'm wary for them because they're up against champions.
Slim one year when we hit.
But anything can happen if they go past Mamelodi Sundowns. I'll be the happiest person.
Then they'll be in the group stage already.
Of course, I'll be the happiest person. But moving on from that, the league looks like it's shaping up. The first 5, I'm surprised to see the top 5, which, of course, you're not seeing anybody like...
You're not seeing the traditional teams,
Yes, you're not seeing Ikorodu City, you're not seeing Remo Stars and all that. Ikorodu City, by the way, I think they got their first win the last weekend, wasn't it?
No, it was 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago, sorry.
And against Eyimba, it was a 1-1 draw here in Lagos.
So I was saying something on radio some weeks back that if they don't get their acts together fast, because the MPFL does not wait for you.
It does not forgive.
It does not. It does not at all. The moment you don't take those opportunities where you are grinding out result or even grinding out 1 point, you just find yourself, what am I doing? 17th.
And 4 teams.
Yes,
17th.
So
if you think it's only 18, 19, 20, yeah. Almost 17, 7, no safe.
But to be fair, Ikorodu City has been, their stats this season is way better than last year. I think it took about 6 games before they got a win or a draw last year. But now, they've been able to manage a win, a draw.
The reason why I'm saying that is because even the likes of Kun Khalifat,
Barao FC
are picking up points.
Returning El Kanemi as well. El Kanemi, I think up until last weekend, I think El Kanemi was unbeaten.
It is still early in the season. Because I remember, what's the name of this team that one goalkeeper was playing for? I can't exactly remember. They were doing well. One private team. I can't exactly remember their name.
Sporting Lagos.
No. Before, I think
Vendresa.
No, it was in the MPFL. I cannot exactly remember.
Private team.
Yes, I think it's in Gombe or so. They were doing well in the first half of the season. They went like 16 or 15 games without winning, and then they relegated. Their goalkeeper was invited to the national team at some point. Osayi Kingdom. Well, that's the name of the goalkeeper. But I've forgotten the name of their club.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I forgot it.
Yeah.
But let's move away from that. Who are you tipping for the continental, sports this season? It is too early.
Like you said, it's too early. And we do know how it works in Nigerian professional football league. It's how many of these points are able to get away from home, and then we've got a few teams who have started well already. So by the time we're getting into the mid-October. Mid-December, we start seeing things, and then by January, then it starts shaping up, and then we now look at it. Then, definitely, Red Monsters is still going to be in the mix. They are the defending champion, and they also have a strong squad. If they go further in the continent, it might not be that easy for them. But then, if I don't know whether I would say they should prioritize one over the other.
Even Rivers United themselves, if they win their next team is quite easy. If they win, they are going into the next
the group stage. Yeah. So, but you play Mamelodi. So was it Mike that was trying to raise that point? How did they do it? That they are playing Mamelodi so early. It's too early. This is shouldn't be.
And Mamelodi should have been. I don't like CAF's style.
The CAF. I don't like CAF style. The way the CAF organized this thing, but then because we do know that Nigeria ranking, coefficient.
The coefficient of Nigeria. Why should there be qualifiers? Mamelodi Sundowns and these bigger teams, Esperance.
They're supposed to qualify straight to the group stage.
If it's based on coefficient, Nigeria is in the top 12 of Africa. And then if you want to say maybe the top 5, their countries are going straight into the competition. Others play qualifiers. Very good.
A team like Mamelodi Sundowns
should not be playing qualifiers.
Should be qualifiers.
Well, let's leave Africa and let's head to Europe, where the Premier League is happening this weekend. So many actions. Last weekend we saw the derby between Atletico de Madrid and Real Madrid. 5-2.
The Politano.
And this weekend we have another one happening in Liverpool versus Chelsea. Very, very huge game, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a big game. Chelsea, Liverpool, 2 games unbeaten. 2 games winless run right now. They've lost 2 games back to back, and then they playing against Chelsea, who can't stop collecting red cards. Almost every game now, you can almost bet on Chelsea getting a red card.
I think it's about 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it is. But at least they're getting the win. That's the thing. They were able to struggle against Porto in Champions League to get that win. But they're playing against Liverpool. Against Benfica, returning Mourinho, coming back to Stamford Bridge. But then Liverpool needs to win this game. And why I'm saying that is the fact that the league is, they're already giving Manchester City time to recover those points that they lost early. And Arsenal as well. And so they need to win this game. Now they've lost against Crystal Palace. The last minute wins that they have always worked for them, work against them last weekend. Against Chelsea, they need to do it. But then it's in Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, if they really want to show that they are part of the teams that should be gunning for the title, then these are the games you also have to win. So it's going to be a very tough one. I don't know where to put my legs, but then I'm looking for a game that both sides will score, and then will be a very beautiful game for us to enjoy.
Last season should have been a transitional one for Aaron Slot, but he won the title. And this season they spent over 400 million. Do you think money itself is having an issue to play in this squad?
I think not spending in the right place has unbalanced the squad. A supposed balanced squad has become unbalanced, and that's one thing when it comes to upgrading a quality side. To upgrade a winning side, it's really difficult because you really cannot tell how you're going to either make or mar the squad.
Then we say kudos to Guardiola for doing that.
Well, Guardiola never really had to update a winning squad.
No, this is the first time he's trying it, and then now we can see the problem Man City has been having.
He doesn't use like a consistent exercise.
Let me explain. I remember I put this on my usual on the group where I talked about how it has always been like that upgrading or maintaining a winning squad. How do you upgrade them? How do you continue to maintain it by bringing in signings? For Guardiola, it's different. The season where he won the treble, and the season before, the season where he won the treble, he only brought in Erling Haaland. And that was because he was deprived of a striker. He was using either Sterling Jesus, or even De Bruyne himself. Gundogan was playing the false nine, right? The season before that, they had Aguero, and the only person he brought in was Rodri or so. So you see, it's not like he was upgrading a winning side. We're having to bring in...
That's not what Guardiola does, of course.
So you see, now upgrading a winning side and transitioning together is what Pep Guardiola tried to do last season and this season. For Liverpool, they just won the league last season. I expected Ancelotti to have seen that we won the league, yes. We didn't win because we were exceptional. They were good. They started the season very well. But we won because every other side, yes, they did not compete as much as you expect them to. Look at every other cup competitions. The League Cup, the FA Cup, they faltered. The Champions League as early as the round of 16. Why? Because players like Mohamed Salah didn't have deputies to help them or give him the chance to rest. In midfield, they also got in, McAllister got injured frequently. Soboslai got injured once in a while. Who else? Gravenberch was also absent. And you know all of these things. These guys don't have backups. You don't even have a traditional DM. You're using a makeshift of Gravenberch because he can play there. But he's not a DM. He never started his career or playing his career as a DM. And then fully well, you know your centre back, you have issues. And you still went ahead to let the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold go based on...
No, you can't hold him.
Oh, well, that's fine. Based on the experience. Van Dijk is aging. Won't give you that strength and presence as before. The presence is still there in terms of experience, but presence in terms of physicality is no longer there. They exploit it. Konate is one defender that, in as much as with the whole hype around him, I've never been sold.
Is that in Madrid?
Whether or not, even last season, I've never been sold on Konate being an exceptional defender. He's a big boy, a big baby boy, I'll give him that name. A big baby boy, he's just big. In terms of defending awareness, they're in the same WhatsApp group with Upamecano. Honestly. So I just feel like they needed to have reinforced. The old Gueye matter where they allowed it go through to the end of the... It didn't need to. So if you really wanted him, it won't get to that level.
And even with Maguire, you just so have options. If Gueye is not... And they had about 2 months. And
there are
Braithwaite of Everton was there.
Gueye is not the only centre-back. But you were just fixated on, I want Isak. I want the attack to be so sharp.
There is Kevin Bassey at Fulham.
Yes.
He was having a good season
because
last time.
They don't even have a left-footed centre-back.
They took a gamble on Virgil in 2019 thereabouts, so you could do that for my boy.
If you say so.
Well, we have some other fixtures. That is Arsenal against West Ham United. They are the first team to do back-to-back away wins at the Emirates.
So for the last 2 seasons. And this is going to be the main game for Nuno Espirito Santo. So can he do it? Yes, he can. Because Nottingham is still suffering for the fact that they let him go. But against Arsenal, if Arsenal wants to win the league, which I'm backing them to win the league, you don't lose points against him like this. You wipe them well.
Well, Sunderland are traveling to the Old Trafford this weekend. Do you see United returning back to their winning ways?
Maybe a draw, because Sunderland are actually really decent this season.
Xhaka has been one of the best.
Xhaka he has brought experience to that side. There's this football that they play where it's not so great, but it's not bad. They also understand that when we get a goal, let's shut up shop. Let's be able to manage. They have this game management regime that has been working well for them. When it comes to playing their mates, yes, they go all out and all that, and then they show themselves. They play to the gallery. and show whether, okay, I have the best signings over you and all that. But when they are playing against Premier League teams that have been there, they know how to play like championship teams. Get that goal, frustrate you. If I'm going to play out a goalless draw, fine. If I'm going to get that goal, beautiful.
And you can always trust United for conceding.
Yes.
They always concede.
They might even concede first.
Yeah.
They've
and
never.
I will not be surprised.
They don't have a clean sheet this season.
I won't be surprised if Sunderland
you know
take
this
3
guy
points.
that's saying he's not going to cut his hair if Man United don't win 5 games in a row.
I know.
I'm very sure to next year won't cut his
He
hair.
looks like a lion now, like the lion's mane.
Well, we have to go now. Thank you for coming to your see. Sam, thank you so much for coming. The last one has been very, very good. Hopefully we see some wonderful results this weekend. And we pray that our players don't get injured. It's the international break coming after this weekend games. Bye-bye. See you again.